Okay, this video is going to go over how to create the cabin of our pirate ship Playhouse. So, what we are going to look at with this one is we're going to create a top here that we're going to put our pirate ship on. So, the first thing that we want to do is we might want to use our orbit tool, kind of get ourselves a good view so we can see everything. Using my mouse wheel to scroll out a little bit. What we want to do is we're going to use the push pull tool. So, we're going to open the drawer, click once for the push pull tool. We're going to go over here to this play service. Now, really important, what we're going to do here is we're going to click once to start the push pull. But then before we do anything, we want to hit the control key. And what that's going to do is that's going to make us a new element. So it's going to leave the floor, which is going to be super important. And I'll show you here why. And it's going to create a new spot that's going to go on top of it. So we're creating on top of it. We're not just extending the one, we're creating a new surface and extending it up. And we're going to extend that surface up 3 feet, hit the enter key, and there we go. Now what we're going to do is use our orbit tool. We're going to orbit around to the front so we can see the front of our ship here. We're going to select our offset tool. So we're going to go into our push-pull menu drawer, click once to open the drawer, click once to select the offset. We want to select the offset on this edge so that we see the dots on the front face of our ship. Click once to drop the pencil or tool, and you start moving it in, and we're going to do 3 inches. So that's going to be shift and the double quote symbol. Hit the enter key, 3 inches. Now what we're going to do is we are going to create this ship, and what we're going to do is use our push-pull tool. Go back to the drawer, open it, push-pull tool, open it. Actually, we got to go back. I gotta rotate my stuff here real fast. So we're gonna rotate our ship. When you're making holes in Tinkercad, it's super important that you can see the trailing edge or the trailing corner, and I'll show you why in a second. So now I'm gonna use the push-pull tool, push-pull, and I'm going to push through from the front. So I click and I'm going to push through. Now, what happens is when I push through, it just looks like it's all coming out the back here. But what you want to do is why we want that leading edge. If you get onto this edge and you get into one of those corners where it turns red on edge, you click the button once, go back to our rotate tool. Now that shape is gone. We pushed a hole clean through, right? Perfect. Did an excellent job with it. So now what we're going to do is we can go up. We're going to rotate up onto the top here a little bit. And we're going to create a roof. So we're going to use our line tool. So we're going to click once to open the drawer. Click once to select the line. Go along this top edge here. Find the midpoint. There's the midpoint. Click once. Go along the red axis. So your line should be red. Right to the other midpoint line. So you're going to go to the other midpoint. Click, and that creates your line right down the middle. Now what we're going to do is we're going to click the move tool. So select once to open the drawer. Select once to click the move tool. You want to move along, and what's really important here is you want to move along this edge of your line until you find the middle point. We're going to tug up on the middle of the line. So once we hit that midpoint, click once. And we're going to start to raise that up. And you can see how it's raising our roof. We're raising the roof, people. And we're going to, if we keep along that blue axis, it'll go straight up and down. If we get off to the side, you can see our roof gets a little wonky there. So you want to keep it along the blue axis. So it'll go straight up and down. We'll do 2 and the foot symbol. Hit the enter key. And there's the roof of our pirate ship hut. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to rotate around. Same thing we're going to get to so that we can see one of these far edges. So this one, we're going to kind of come around here a little bit. So we're going to push through on the back of this pirate ship. So we're going to push this side through now. So we're going to use our offset tool again to put our windows on either side. So we're going to use open the drawer, select our offset. We're going to come on this inside edge here. See how it turns the blue with the polka dots so I can see which edge I'm working on. Click once. We're going to make this 4 inches. Oh, I went the wrong way. So I'm going to undo that. I got to go 4 inches in. Oh, Let's get that on here. Oh, let me go back here to my offset tool. Let's try that again. I'm going to start on this other edge here. There it is. Offset tool. Bring it in 4 inches. There it is. So now there's my offset tool. So now we've made this 4 inches. We're going to use our push-pull tool. I'm going to go back into my offset tool drawer, open it, push-pull tool, open it. I'm going to click once to start pushing it through. Remember, you have to be able to see that far edge. So I'm going to go over here and it'll turn red once we get onto the line. See how it says on edge? Click the button and it's gone. I'm going to rotate around and do the same thing on the other side for my cabin. So I'm going to select my offset tool, select my line so I see the right face is highlighted. There it is. Where's my line? Let's get this going here. Go on any of the edges so you get to the line. There it is on edge. Click once. Bring it in. 4 inches. There it is. Now I got to make sure to change to my push-pull tool. Now I can't see my far edge, so I got to orbit a little bit so I can see the back edge. So on this one, you're always looking for the far edge. So I'm looking for this far edge here. So I'm going to do my push-pull tool now here. In the middle, push-pull, push it all the way through to touch on this far edge. Click, and it is gone. All right, so that is, I'm going to select my tool. I can orbit around. There is the cabin of my pirate ship. Now, real important, if you don't have a floor here, you didn't do the control part to create a new model. So it would have just cut out and had it wide open. So you definitely, that's why we wanted to have the new model here. So that is going to be the cabin of our pirate ship.